Because like right now, one of the things that's happening globally is interest rate and inflation, right? So inflation's going up. So government's increasing interest rates to try and curb inflation. So people spend less money. However, that makes the cost of borrowing more expensive, which means it's more expensive to do business. And then that affects your economy as well. In Mexico, have you seen any of these things at all?
Probably the petrol.
Yeah.
Petrol is the one that just went up like really bad. Obviously, all the students got affected because some of them, they had to travel like on a bus for 1 hour, and buses now are really expensive. It's just not really affordable because obviously you don't earn the same money like it's in Australia, and you have to pay pretty much the same cost as same as Australia. So it's like very expensive, the petrol at the moment. Obviously, petrol involves so many businesses, like because obviously they use cars. Yeah, I think that was just the main one, petrol.
Yeah. I mean, here it's reached $2 a liter as well. So petrol prices are definitely going up. I think the conflict in Ukraine, with Russia and Ukraine, is really affecting this market quite heavily.
Yeah. It's it's really bad for Mexico because we have a lot of resources, but we don't. What's that called? I think we don't have refineries.
Refineries, yeah, oil refineries.
We don't have refineries, so we send the raw petrol to US, and then we bring it back, but by then it's just like more than double the price.
Yeah, yes, that's always an interesting one. So my dad worked for Kuwait Oil Company for I think 25 or so years, and a lot of the countries in the Middle East, whether it's Kuwait, whether it's Saudi, whether it's Abu Dhabi, being in the UAE, they don't refine their own petrol. So they get crude oil, so the commodity, crude oil, they dig it out, and they send it somewhere else for refining. It's a very, very common practice. I remember having a chat with someone from Malaysia a few years ago, and they said their country does the same thing as well. Dig it out, send it out. So I would often ask Dad, I was like, Dad, why don't you just refine it here and then send it somewhere else as a premium good? And Dad said, well, the cost from pure monetary, so how much money it costs, is probably not that much compared to how much money you're making. However, the environmental impact is huge. And you also have to consider, once this oil is processed, where is it going to be sold to? Where is it going to be used? Now, if your own internal market is huge, which Mexico has a decent population, they definitely have, that takes care of one part of the equation, which is we've got the crude oil, we refined it, and now straight into consumers and we can sell it. But the really big issue happens with the pollution aspect. And that's a really hard one to deal with, apparently.
Yeah, I think that's just like way too messy, all the emissions numbers we have, like in terms of cars and just manufacturing as well. But yeah, I guess it's just like how can I explain that? It's just a business that is feeding itself and just starting from one point and returning to the same point